especially against SG, is going to be a tough task, but can either of the damage players pop off? We're just going straight into it here, Jake.
And we're going to be going into a Winston on a mirror on well. Team CC going to go with the Pharah. Kaneki has had some success on it in the past, but he's going up against Seeker and Sugar Free with a classic comp. Bliss is already down, though, bursted by Pineapple. And Team CC, no Brig, running a very aggressive style, going to rely on keeping the pressure on Spacestation Gaming. And this first
he almost hit
goes their way, although hold on, Tracer slept. Could be a scary spot.
No, Pineapple?
No follow-up on Pineapple.
Yeah, no follow-up. Should be the cap here for Team CC. And of
That was
course,
a good first fight for them.
Very fast composition. It alleviates some of the coordination.
I'd like to see him at least win
when you're
one
trying
map.
to play it more slow, right? Trying to be in line of sight of each other. Pineapple goes
Bronze
down.
got the ball.
That's not good news for CC.
Far away. There's no Brig to defend him. He's kiting away from the Tracer. Nice jukes for now, but I mean, even just the distraction that the Tracer puts on here, Spacestation is winning the fight elsewhere. Ana's going to go down almost eventually. It's like inevitability. Still has that sleep for the moment. Delays long enough hits as well. But I mean, Sugar Free,
what happened
did
to
his
Kaneki?
job there, right? Like, it took the Tracer coming back off spawn to deal with him in that scenario. And Spacestation just cleaned up elsewhere in the fight. Super Rich is going to be a long way back to be in the fight, and so SSG have control, taking into a serious lead here.
But still, though, this is a composition that CC actually can play.
I know they had lost
Pineapple,
Pineapple,
from the Overwatch
I feel like they didn't even fight to keep the point.
Ana, Hayokian, probably Super Rich was part of that Hangzhou Spark lineup with some of the, once again, players. So they know how to play this comp, and they're getting busy in the backline now.
Nade on the Seeker. He's cut down by far away, but the nano onto Kellen. Gonna look to clutch this out. It's a 3v4, but Kellen still healthy, still riding the high of that nano. Gaga goes down, and so it's a 3-on-3. Bliss stabilizing with Sugar Free far. Now putting pressure onto Kellen. 93 to that Primal, though. Gotta watch that. Pineapple looks for the stick, tries to find a connection, but it's Sugar Free who falls. Kellen might look to clutch this one out with the ultimate.
So low.
Barrage comes in, it does take down the Brig. No trade can come through. Oh, it does finally. One last shot from CJ.
They get the flip,
down
though.
The Pharah. Spacestation are going to elect to give that one up, though. They don't rep the Primal. They don't throw good money after bad. They have the patience to re-up and come into the next fight with ultimate advantage.
Yeah, I think if you're SSG here, you can play patient. You don't need to rush into things. You don't need to overly invest in these fights. Already here, spotting Pineapple, recall force. That should be the pick. Following up with a beautiful fight, Sugar Free. And now it's a 5 versus 4. You can take it slow. You can play the resource game. Put pressure onto the point. And slowly but surely, you should win this one. Anti-nade from CJ onto Yaoji-chan. Does get healed up, but so there was so much pressure here.
Bronze got the ball. He fumbles it, though. Ana still forced out of the fight. Kaneki trading backline. Team CC playing this one well, actually.
They're not letting him get the flip this time.
Ultimates, the backline trade pays dividends. Both a Primal and a Pharah in the backline. Kellen
fucking juggling his ass.
Just has to take the reset.
Man.
That's a painful fight. Spacestation had the ultimate advantage. They opened this one with a Tracer pick.
Yeah, I'm surprised they won that.
To lose, and they threw it away.
Wow, that's an impressive fight win from CC.
They still have overclock and
crucial
Primal,
ultimate spot. I mean, you take that. Now you're 70% and counting. You're going
They're
to
80% to rally though, so maybe they can.
Seeker
they gotta try and build that shit quick.
Will Seeker have the room to operate here? Have the line of sight.
Kellen has already found one. Seeker shuts down the main threat in Kaneki's Pharah. Gaga naded far away as well, and it's a full cleanup here for Spacestation Gaming. They wipe CC off the map.
They're gonna come back with ult advantage though, because they got rally and
this is a really nice recap from SSG, because even if they lose a fight, there's a chance that they're gonna get a last retouch. Well, the spawns are relatively close.
I'm jealous.
Now Team CC on the retake. Rally.
I might make something before I go to bed soon. I'm definitely gonna take a fucking shower. Anytime I stay up all night like this, man, I feel fucking like
Pineapple coming up on a pulse bomb. CJ's with the nano. But besides that, okay.
And I don't want to get my bed all greasy.
Going aggressive here.
Diving into the back line.
I feel like oily.
So far can't get much, but it's Seeker who finds Faraway, forced into the open from that Winston dive. Team CC. The opponent's up at 85. Brig, she can't die here. Yeah, has to pop that rally. Super still incredibly low, still in trouble. Kellen found himself a bit overextended for that. Gaga is low.
Kellen goes down. I think
but
they
still
can
looking
get the
like a
point,
retake here on the cards for Team CC. Spacestation gonna cook up to 99.
Oh, Gaga goes down
Sugar Free
too,
finds Gaga, but Barrage surely too much to overcome. Sugar Free falls. It's a late death for Sugar Free. Could be a potentially awkward retake. But with 10 seconds to work with, Kellen should be able to get this touch, should be able to get them into the fight.
Kellen should get this touch. Buy some time for Sugar Free, but Sugar Free is
down
so
to this
slow.
fight
They
right
didn't
here.
catch a spawn wave at all, so this is essentially a 5
Sugar Free
versus 4
do
fight
something
for
with
CC
that
for the
pulse.
time being.
Rally's coming up too for
Kellen.
Bliss.
Doesn't take too much damage. Very greedy, touching for that
Sugar Free's
maximum possible overtime. Nano available though for Team CC. This could be going to the far. No, it's onto the Winston. Seeker
Nano
under
monkey.
pressure, flanked, hit from all sides. The rally's done to sleep, and they're completely controlling Gaga.
Sleep.
Now, Sugar Free with the pulse bomb,
damn.
looking for something, but CJ finds a connection first, on under pressure. Brig takes a wayward pulse bomb, picks it up off the ground. Don't touch those, Brig. Farah, last one up, and there's no shot in a 3v1. Comes in for a last-second touch.
That shit burning down
Spacestation
quick.
Gaming taking round one. What a control on Gaga's Winston. Couldn't even get the primal off.
Wow, what a stall there to buy enough time for Sugar Free to get back into the fight. And then beautiful engage.
That was
Earns
crazy.
Spacestation.
That was close.
The first point here.
Closer than I thought it was going to be.
That was a back and forth. I gotta say, Jake,
competitive.
A little bit more life out of CC than I actually expected. I thought SSG would be quite dominant here, but that was about as close as you get.
Yeah, I will say, I think Spacestation bringing out the Ashe here is nice. I mean, Farah much stronger on Well than Lighthouse, where I feel Ashe is going to have a little bit more dominance. Team CC, they need to keep the aggression up constantly. They need to be pressuring Seeker and keeping him down, not giving him angles from which to shoot. But that's far easier said than done with Kellen and Sugar Free, the amount of pressure they're putting on your backline.
All right, round
it's
two.
not so easy to keep on the gas.
Yeah, Kaneka's going to stick on this Farah. We'll have to capitalize on these rockets.
It's going to be hard to play a
Make it
fair
hard for
into
Seeker
Ashe.
to peek out of this
Ashe
room.
and
Kaneka drops low, actually. Gets healed up.
Gaga in
it's a
trouble.
fucking face.
Yeah, Tracer redive
And
back
on
to the
it.
high ground. But, I mean, Kellen's just full counter diving, full trading. Listen, CJ taking a lot of pokes.
So
You can't
low.
fight Seeker though, he's too healthy.
Gaga's going
And
down
this
for
Winston,
sure.
I mean,
Oh, no.
constantly being harassed down
Damn,
by
he had
Kellen.
like 20 HP.
Both teams though going blow for blow.
Oh,
Kellen
Kaneki
continuing to
goes
fight despite
down.
being on low HP.
Oh,
Brig
Kellen
is
goes
up here
down now.
helping to win this fight against the Ashe on the high ground. They know how important this position is. Gaga gets the nade, stabilizing for the moment off the back of that faraway. Has found two in the fight. Pineapple cleans up Sugar Free, and the fight goes the way of Team CC.
Oh, wow. It looked like Gaga was going down there for like 10 seconds. So low, but stays alive because of Faraway's beautiful healing on the Ana. Hits a crucial butter grenade to flip that fight, of course. And they win first fight here now. Kaneka has the angles on the Farah.
They won
Again,
first
SSG,
fight last game, too.
Hard time walking up against this Farah.
Yeah,
He's gotta
early
not
nano
fumble.
online for Team CC. They could put this on Gaga or Kaneki.
I'd like it to be a close series at least.
The whip shot from Bliss is
I don't want a
perfect.
3-0.
And this dive has no teeth. It's just Tracer, forced to read, forced to blink out of there. And the back cap coming in for Spaces. You've got to contest this.
Gotta contest this, but CC, they're fine for now. CJ coming up on the Nano, but CC, they're putting the pressure on. Kaneki has
just
the
making that good, the
rocket
whole
barrage
team.
unleashes, and Kellen goes
Oh,
down.
Kellen goes down.
Yeah, it costs 2 ultis, now 3 with the primal from Gaga. Should be enough. Spacestation, though, they're trying to clutch this. They're going to dump the nano onto Seeker. He's being powered with
Oh, he jumped off the map.
He couldn't make it with
No.
the primal.
What
That's
in the world?
crazy. I gotta
Oh
get the
my
flip.
goodness, that's not a
Oh
good spot
my
to be.
God.
Winston falling off the map, and 3 ultis committed for Team CC, and they lose the fight. Now Kellen,
Late staggers.
blood in the water, looking to clean up the backline, gets it done. And I mean, that's a
Damn,
dream
that
for
was a
Spacestation
huge
Gaming,
fumble.
winning off the nano turn into a heavy commitment fight from Team CC. They may be down in percentage,
SSG's
but
got hella
when
ults
the
too.
ultimate position is like this, you feel very good on an Ashe defending the point.
Yeah, retaking with the Farah is going to be so difficult because you really don't have any angles whatsoever to shoot these rockets, right? Seeker's gonna sit very comfortably in the backline. You have a Bob to stall out, you have a Primal Rage, so much survivability for Spacestation, so you can take it slow here.
Yeah, and jump into Seeker, but I mean, way too much pressure on the Gaga, getting countered by Kellen now. Supports need to fight for Team C. They cannot afford to back out. Pineapple drops the pulse, but no connection yet. Kellen forcing a primal
anti-bait
bomb on the
pulse
point.
from him.
Seeker goes down, but he's already got the ultimate in play. Bliss taking the rally fight, and that's a rally going down for Team CC. Space Station
rockets,
having a
though.
clear advantage in this fight. Gaga trying to force something onto the
God.
backline, but it's hopeless. The synchronicity really isn't there. Pineapple wasn't able to connect at the same time. Space Station make the hold, but it's expensive.
But that's what SSG got because they won that cheap fight earlier, only investing the Nano. You have those 4 ultimates to stay alive so long in that fight, and so
Nice shots from CJ, finishing off the Brig, and that's a painful one to lose so late. That's going to be a very slow spawn wave. Tracer still trying to stay on the map, still trying to fight, but Kellen happy to trade with this, force some blinks, force some cooldowns. Just playing with a lot of confidence, farming up this next primal.
Both teams gonna have nano.
Nano's almost online for CJ. The retake is very scary for CC here. A nade connection would be deadly.
Kaneki drops low, gets Nano'd here, but it's a beautiful peel Nano onto Seeker. Butter grenade,
Oh,
that's too much
big
damage.
rockets.
5 versus 4, they're just getting busy here. Last fight territory, Kaneki invests the barrage, and that should be CC at least staying alive in this map.
Kaneki very clean there. Sugar Free not giving this
He's
one up
looking
just
good on the
yet.
fair, especially without,
Cleaned up
having
a
like
few
some kind of missy
targets,
pocket or
looking
something.
to stay alive behind enemy lines. And Team CC, they're very aware of
They gotta
spread.
hold this shit the
That also is
entire
gonna
fucking
create some
time, though.
opportunities for Spacestation Gaming to walk in down mid. Sugar Free has the pulse bomb. You gotta be very careful here, Kaneki. Yeah, knows the threat is available. Great position there from far away on the high ground. Gaga rips the primal, and it's gotta be a kite from the Spacestation backline. They're trying to stay alive. He's trying to get Seeker, but failed jump from Gaga, and that's gonna cost him. The boop's coming in. He's just getting controlled on this Winston. Can't find the dive he's looking for. Seeker's getting massive peel from the support line, and Sugar Free finds the pulse bomb. Now it's Kellen's turn with the primal in the enemy backline. He's cleaning them up. Gaga's getting nothing.
Oh yeah,
that's map over. SSG stalls out that fight beautifully, staying alive, pocketing Seeker, ensuring his survival, and then they flip it with the primal rage, of course. Really well patient play from SSG earns them map 1 here on Ilios against CC. That's exactly what we
put up a
want
good
to see
fight
from
though.
SSG in this first map of the series.
Yeah, they knew the dives had to come in. They really adjusted. They played so patient there, constant. But I think it's ball is like always playable. If you're just crazy on the ball, it's always playable. I mean, Crazy Raccoon played it. They were styling.
Among made it work.
Really
in
hard to kill.
It can be done. I mean, Crazy Raccoon did it like an hour ago. Like, you don't have to dig that deep.
Did they make it happen on serve also, Jake?
Maybe not serve also. Okay, they're gonna
So
go with
they
the
didn't
Winston
sub in
here
insane.
for Gaga.
As they should. Look, this is
Which honestly,
again,
they probably
I said
should
it
have.
in map 1,
I
but
think he's pretty
CC,
good on Tracer.
they're realistically going to play the Winston
I think it's a
Brigana.
great
All right,
Tracer.
That's what they're most
they're
comfortable.
playing a better comp now, frankly. So, I mean, I think the Pharah comp it's like I can see the vision, but it's so all in. A team like Spacestation Gaming, they read that, they knew it was coming. Once again, though, with the Brig, Team CC are going to be forced into some aggressive moves. Lucio deceptively is a stronger poke hero in this matchup. Typically forces the Brig team to get active to pressure the enemy team. And here the dive comes in. Seeker gets bursted by a rail. Nice follow-up shot for the dive. SSG with 4 alive, trying to stabilize, trying to fight this one out. Kellen being chased down, trying to escape to the Mega, but he can't quite get it. And Pineapple with 2 in the fight. It's enough for
There's
CC
no
to
way
get that opening
Kaneki's
cap.
going to be
I think we're seeing
on
a bit
par
of a
with Sugar
pattern here,
Free
though,
on
that
Tracer.
Gaga is going to play very aggressive, take forward positioning here, so need to put pressure on
They've
Gaga
won every
that very moment.
fight
Gaga's
first, I
up on the
think.
point.
In the last series and this one.
They're in a 5 versus 4 situation, so Spacestation, let's see how
They
they
get that early
adapt
pick. They just got to
to
fucking
this
hold
play
the
of
point.
CC, now with high ground control here on the point.
Yeah, Sugar Free on the retake. Let's see what he can get done on the Tracer. Kellen dies kind of on the high ground, and almost zapped down
my goodness.
the Sojourn. That was a very scary, too close to call there. Gaga, though, felt the pressure.
There
While
we go.
supports turned to the
He's
Soj.
down.
The pressure came in elsewhere. Sugar Free cleans up. Super Rich on the Brig. Pineapple not long for this world with Sugar Free and Kellen on his tail. And it's a quick flip for Spacestation Gaming.
This is such a tough matchup now for CC because, like, where do you find the advantage in these compositions? Do you think Kaneki is going to take on the Tracer head-to-head against Sugar Brawn?
Nope, that's why they probably should have brought
finding picks here against Seeker.
I don't know how
Sojourn.
good he is, though.
They had the Nono here.
I thought I saw him before in his group.
What can make you happy with it?
Yeah, there's no way this Kaneki dude can
Seeker is gonna
keep
get
up
the
with
kill.
Sugar Free.
Okay, far away. Maybe the Ana is something you can start to build on. Pulse bomb from Sugar Free, can't get the connection, is shut down again.
Nice, they're
Also
getting
by
a take
Ana.
like
Nade onto Kellen, trades it back, 3 versus 4. Kellen can get the primal, this could be winnable. Kaneki finds Bliss, and the pulse onto CJ.
I don't even need the
Kellen.
pulse, but
Just has to fall back, just to take the reset. Can he get out on the Winston? He's falling back. Yeah, seems like he's out of the woods for now. And that's a
maybe
big,
bro can't play Tracer.
Faraway was the hero in that fight.
Big Nana there. Get some momentum going, of course. We got to give Kaneki some props as well, Jake.
Yeah.
Big Tracer moment for Kaneki. So
Faraway 2025. I thought his name was Faraway like 1987
Came
or
out on
something.
top there. Now, Gaga with the primal. Let's see those mechanics, Jake.
Team
Oh, he
CC,
changed
though,
his name
need to
for
bridge
this.
the gap to this rally. Gaga could help buy that time with the Primal Rage.
They get the
Spacestation
touch.
touching with the front line, back line playing slow, waiting out that bubble. Now a redive, Primal onto Seeker, instantly slept by CJ. He's gonna wake up in a moment. Pineapple trying to fire back
Oh,
now.
him too, though.
Beat comes down from Bliss, not on the Kellen, but the rest of the team gets it. They're fighting strong. CJ low under the beat though, needs to be saved in this moment. Seeker needs to find something in the OC under pressure, but turns it around on Gaga on
he
the
has 17
HP.
HP.
Parting headshot as well onto the enemy Sojourn.
4v3.
This in contest,
They
only
flipped the point.
3 players live for SSG. Kellen is low. Very difficult fight. OC from Pineapple should be securing this first point for Team CC.
Wow,
Dude,
what a
that's huge for
drawn-out
them,
fight
man.
there. Space Station. It looked like they weathered the storm temporarily, but then CC that turns it around, finds a couple of picks, gets a contest here from Sugar Free, recall force, but There's not going to be a second touch here, baby.
More.
Callum gets involved
Yeah,
there.
they're gonna try.
This, right?
No ultimates.
Wait. Oh, if they get one more touch, this is starting to get scary now. Johnny, Spacestation Gaming still healthy. The point contest is difficult here. Nano comes in onto Gaga. They're desperately trying to clean this one up. Seeker is going to go down to that. Spacestation Gaming haven't given up yet, though. Sugar Brawn finds one. Pulse Bomb, can he find another? There it is. 3v3. Connection on the honor. Sugar Free continuing to fight this one out. Does not care about the number. CJ, though, does he like the Nono? Just before he dies, Kellen looking to clutch this one out. Seeker coming back fast on the Sombra. And somehow, some way, Sugar Free has snatched this one back.
CJ dies though. Team CC, they should be able to regroup here if they stay alive and get a 5 versus 4. No ultimates on the board for CC. This could be an early opportunity for CC if they get involved.
Man, this is so scary though. Spacestation Gaming with incredible tenacity. Slide force on the Pineapple could be a target. Seeker looking to engage. Winston on the point
Seeker's
now,
on
being
Sombra
pressured.
now.
Recap comes in for CC though. This is good for them. Pressure on SSG. They have to keep touching. CJ, nade finds one onto the enemy brig. Can he stabilize? Can they keep Kellen alive? CJ with the second. The honors coming in so clutch here on the opening map of Surabasa. This point has gone on way longer than it has any right to, but I think CJ has done it.
Damn, dude, they fucking actually got it.
And that's going to be CC falling here in the first one. This was not supposed to happen, Jake.
That's gotta suck if you're Team CC, because
Nah, you just... Brown had the ball. You never needed to worry.
Dude, they barely got the touch in. And they find a way.
That was nuts.
The fact
Come
that they're
on.
not only able to keep that
That's gotta
alive,
mentally
but they
feel like shit
stabilize
if you're
and
Team
get the win.
CC,
I mean,
because
that's masterful
they
play
had that
from
point for sure.
SSG.
How did CJ get 2?
I mean, he's the GOAT. He's just the GOAT like that.
GOAT.
Yeah,
Team
CJ is
CC
fucking
on the
crazy
retake
on
with the brig. Let's see what they can get done. Sugar Free has that bomb. Looking to stick it on an unsuspecting support. Team CC, though, have a nice bank of ultimates, just a few % away. Gaga with the primal. Let's see what he can get done. But it's SSG who want to take the aggression in.
Kellen's going to primal here.
Oh, yeah.
Kellen's getting involved.
You can't turn too much and focus him. They're trying to deal with him, trying to put the pressure on, but this is also creating an opportunity for the cap.
Oh?
Pulse Bomb goes wide, though.
They get the
Pineapple
cap.
shuts down Sugar Free. Player advantage for CC, though. This is a position for them to get the recap. Here's Gaga with the primal. Can he get the connection? Trying to pull one, but slept, danced away from the backline.
Nice pull.
Kellen
Nice
down.
stick.
It's
Yeah,
a flip for
that's it.
CC.
That's the cap right there. They find some momentum there with the pick onto Sugar Free. Kaneki secures the 2K.
Heck, you're doing good on the Tracer.
And now you have the ultimates. Needs to be said. You got a rally and a Nano. Double support.
And that's
on
so
the
crazy
for
they
SSG
didn't-
as well
they
here.
didn't win that
Pineapple
last
coming up on the
point.
OC. So CC once again in a position here, Jake, to at least
Both teams
get
had
some fight
both
wins
support
on the
ultimates.
board.
So.
They're in control here off the point.
Pineapple about to have damn
Secure their
overclock,
first
though.
point here on Survasa.
Yeah, typically I'd favor the rally in this spot over the beat. Nano comes in onto Kellen. He's naded though. He's low. That forces a relatively early beat from
Nice
Bliss.
nade.
But they're bursting down super rich. He lost the rally. Double Nano comes online, but there's no one to heal far away. He's eventually gonna fall to the Sugar Free Tracer most likely. Pineapple finds a connection on 2. Bliss off the
Oh,
map.
Pineapple
with the
popping off, though.
3rd. What happened to Bliss? Sugar Free can't do it alone, man. Where's his team? Maybe, wait, hold on.
Oh,
Can
wait,
you
how's
do
it
it
alive? Okay. Okay. Pineapple with a clean 3K there on the OC. Okay, 85%. Sugar Free is dead. Someone will have to get the touch here. Kellan should be able to jump in, or Bliss perhaps.
This
Yeah,
one's
there's Kellan.
desperate though. I mean,
I've seen it before. Don't count them out.
Exactly. I won't count them out until we see it, but this is a scary one on the retake.
They did it
Pineapple's
last
scared, though.
fucking-
He's playing very passive. That
Oh.
means they're
That's
taking
why,
nade.
'cause you
Look
get
at
that fucking
four-man
anti-nade.
nade from CJ. That sends Team CC reeling. Spacestation Gaming once again back in with their backs against the wall, but they're not feeling the pressure at all. They're continuing to stack it on, chasing CC all the way back to
All the
the
way
spawn,
in.
wiping
Good.
them.
Push it. All the way to spawn.
Crazy.
Why not fight out here?
Okay, okay. Yeah, surely the Tracer chase that deep into the flank is too much.
Look, Seeker has the OC here, Jake.
This is
So
such a
why
scary
not just
thing
make
to
some
retake.
space for Seeker here?
Kellen's
This is
primal,
what I'm
though.
talking about.
I think Kellen's primal is the bigger threat. I mean, look at him. He's in a beautiful position to get a back dive. CC don't see this coming. Slide used. Hold on. Sojourn very vulnerable. Counterflank comes in on a Seeker. Limits on the threat.
Sugar Free again.
Takes down Sugar Free. Well, I was going for the pulse bomb. That's massive. Let's see what Sugar Free can do with the OC. He's got to find a connection here. Seeker.
Bro, there's no one here.
I mean, he's pressuring the Winston. Gaga has the primal, probably. No, he's holding it for now. Pineapple with another.
that
Okay,
video-
Pineapple's been the hero of this map on the Sojourn. But Kellen still has that primal. Still could look to double down. And if I know anything about SSG is that they won't give up easy.
No, onto Seeker here, but under so much pressure. Gaga has the primal rage here. Seeker should go down, surely. He does,
Yep.
so. And that primal should be enough. Pineapple gets a 2K.
Yeah,
there.
Pineapple
There should
popping
be
off,
CC
man.
on the board.
Kellen, surely too low to clutch this one out. Bliss, CJ, support's falling. Kellen too low to come into the point. And CC As you mentioned, on the board for now, Pineapple
There we
Man
go,
on the
dude,
Soldier has
1-1.
been lights out. When his team needed a hero, he stood up, he answered the call, has been cutting down Sugar Free on quite a few of the
They're
last
playing in
fights.
front of their home crowd
Yeah, I
and
think
shit.
that's quite
So
noteworthy,
they gotta
actually.
fucking.
It has to be said,
They gotta
Sugar Free
put on a
died
show.
early a few times on that
Honestly, they
second
should be
point,
2-0.
That can't
They shouldn't have.
happen. Sure,
I
you can
think
play
they should have
aggressive,
won that first one. That's crazy.
you
They
can get
didn't.
involved with the Winston, but if your Tracer goes down,
I'm impressed,
it
man.
turns into a 4 versus 5 situation. That's not
big
sustainable.
Ooh,
Huge
those
nade by
fucking nades
CJ.
are
Rally
brutal,
though
dude.
from Super Rich. It's not enough to save Pineapple. The follow-up comes in from Seeker, sliding in aggressively. And Spacestation Gaming are now taking it into the rally. Full confidence from the squad.
CJ's going
Gaga
crazy with those
trades
nades.
up to
Oh,
CJ,
CJ's down now.
But Spacestation show no indication of backing down. They're continuing to trade.
Oh, they lost the Nano.
Brig down.
They lost the Nano. It was coming out to keep the Brig alive, but don't get it in time. That's a Nano wasted for CC and SSG now.
Yeah,
On the
that's
point,
rough.
Bliss has a Sunburn if need be.
CJ's coming back as well. Pulse Bomb comes in, connection
Ooh,
from
connection
Kaneki
with
onto
the stick.
Kellen.
Dude,
He
he's actually
couldn't come
popping
down
off
in
one
time. Spacestation Gaming are going to recommit. Just the DPS and the Lucio trying to fight it out with this sound barrier. They need to find kills. Seeker
Big boop.
looking for
Is
a
he off the
connection.
map?
But yeah,
Oh,
too
he
deep
is,
onto the
dude.
Ana, who still has full cooldown. Spacestation grabbed the cap, but they're not
Let's
long for this
boost his
fight.
ass off the map.
Yeah, just a couple of players here, and they're going to back up for now. Kellan thinks better of it, does not commit to the point, and instead they're going to regroup. Bliss swaps over to the Brig, so we have a pure mirror on our hands here. Seeker with the OC, Pineapple with one as well.
The OC battle. I mean, Pineapple's been the key playmaker in this map. Has made the difference time and time again. Nade comes in from far away, but there's no
Yeah, they've been
follow-up
cooking.
dive. And now it's the OC trade. Advantage for CC holding the point. Positionally gives them an edge. But Sugar Free with the pulse bomb could turn that right on its head. He's already starting to win this Tracer duel. Forces the recall, takes the packs, putting a lot of pressure here on the flank.
slow.
Gaga is
Getting
low.
low.
And it looks like it's just going to be a cap here for Spacestation Gaming. CC electing
This
to
is
kite
big.
this OC, but giving up point control, I'm not sure that's worth it.
Yeah, tough spot here for CC. Nice. Another great nade from CJ there.
Man.
Spacestation going to
Primal.
capitalize.
Primal, too.
Primal here, Kellan turns it on,
He's cleaning
unleashes
it
it.
up.
Here you go.
Very nice Primal from Kellen. It's an expensive retake from Spacestation, cost them 3 ultimates. Team CC elected not to really force that fight. They backed down. They lived to fight another day with a big bank of ultimates, though. Spacestation Gaming only a nano to their name.
Both teams got
but man,
nano.
if CJ can find a nade, I almost wonder if the ults
Team
even
CC
matter
with
for Team
overclock
CC.
and
Yeah,
primal
I
coming
still
up.
think you're in a
Rally's
good
not
spot
far
here
off
for
either.
SSG because you're going to get the recontest even if you lose this next fight. An opportunity here to make it expensive for CC. Here's the
Oh,
Nano
nice
OC.
shot.
Shades
Nice
of Shy.
Okay,
Nice
that is a
fucking shot.
combo that you cannot ignore. Spacestation getting
Nano
out tempo
overclock.
there. Trade was good on the flank from Kaneki. Meant that Spacestation couldn't steal the tempo away with their own Nano Boost, and the Nano OC just blew them out of the water, frankly. Once Pineapple started to find connections, there was no hope in that fight.
Let's see what CC elects to do here.
Dude,
You got
Team
a
CC's
Primal, so you
playing
can
good as
get
fuck,
aggressive
man.
with it. You're not going to build this OC and non-off because you just invested it, of course. An opportunity here to go aggressive with the
Popping
rally,
off this
with the
game.
Primal. Connect as well. Of the pulse. Nano to Seeker.
Seeker finds one, CJ finds
Oh, wow,
another
can I
onto
get
the
that as
Tracer as well. Gaga, are you going to Primal this? Yes, he is. He's going to take the commitment.
3v3.
But the flip came in. Clutch now, coming in from the Brig rally. So powerful in these low number situations. Sugar Free and Kellen have to fight this one out. But a Primal and a rally, surely that's too much, even for Sugar Free. Taking the whip shot there. Parting damage coming in. Kellen, low HP, needs to get some support, needs to have these respawners get back to save him. Overtime available, though, for Spacestation Gaming. They can give up the flip
They get the
and
flip.
come back in for a last touch. We've seen them do this time and time again. They're masters in this kind of pressure moment.
They're close to
Pineapple's
ultimate
on
as well.
Slumber now.
80% across the board.
Big
Nice,
nade.
huge nade from far-away, actually.
Where's the follow-up, though? No connection, no kills. Spacestation trading the pressure, keeping the OT rolling. The ultimates are ticking up, 10% on quite a few of them. Rally comes out first from Bliss. Now the pressure comes in. Spacestation Gaming swarming over the
Oh my
point.
God.
Sweeping Team CC off the map here. And cleaning up what looks like the second point on
Dude,
Surabasa.
this game's crazy.
Every single point into overtime, Johnny. Team CC are making them work for it, but Space Station come out on top.
They stalled it out again and built those ultimates, and a single rally made the difference there in that overtime fight.
And they got three
So
big
close
ults in there.
between these two teams, but SSG, they find a way to
Well,
just
2 big ults in the pulse.
stay alive for long enough to build the ultimates that flip it around, and now 2-1 lead here on Surabasa.
This is not a good spot for Team CC. Big ultimate bank for Space Station. They're in point position here, in control. Kellen comes over to the flank, gets up, and he's got a Primal. You don't want to go in a small room with Kellen right now, and they have to fall back here, kiting away the Primal. Sugar Free, no pulse pump connection. Seeker pops
and they got
OC
the
as well.
mega.
Wait, all the ultimates came out for SSG, and they don't get a fight win off it. They don't get kills. Team CC fall back immaculately.
Yeah, that's
there.
best case scenario.
Spacestation have blown their advantage. They get the point cap off it. That's something. But well played by Team CC to survive with their lives.
Yeah, huge kite. And now
the nano.
they have the advantage in the ultimate bank here. Oh,
Nano monkey.
nice nade onto Seeker.
Kiting, beautiful slide.
He's got to not
Gets
get
out of
swept.
trouble. Just barely survives. CJ now has the counter nano.
sleep.
Slept on a Kaneki. CJ is outplaying on the flank. There's 2 from CJ. Sugarfree gets the clean up, and Team CC so close yet so far. CJ snatches it away again.
CJ is going crazy on the on this map. Play after play.
CJ's fucking hitting those big
Clutches
nades
it up
and
versus G.
shit.
They shouldn't have won that fight. They were in a hole. They used all their ultimates, and yet they turned it around. Beautiful kite by Seeker, and then CJ turns it around once more. And now, this is last fight territory here versus G.
Team CC, they have the ultimates they need. Nade comes in though, Brig forced into a very defensive position on the rally. Gaga finds CJ in the Chaos Space Station, elected to go very early, fight off the point. Looks like they're gonna lose and get wiped here, but they force 2 key ultimates and they're able to reset relatively quick here. If Sugarfree and Kellen can stay alive, not much time for Team CC to regroup or farm ultimates.
They gotta hold that bitch the whole time.
Another
though.
good position for Space Station to potentially close out the map.
Yep, this is fine versus G.
They got rally coming up.
They're
They got a
content
pulse.
sitting back, and Jake. Sugar Brown has the ball.
Ooh, big stick.
No ults left for CC. No Ana in the fight as well. So difficult to find a play. Maybe Pineapple with the OC can make it happen. Sugarfree doesn't have a recall, but he does not care. He will not back down from this position. Now CC falling back, hoping to force an overtime. They know they need their Ana in this team fight, but the clock's against them. They have to
They need
get
a
the
miracle
point.
from Pineapple.
Pineapple, he's instantly down.
Oh.
Sugarfree cuts it down even after the headshot. Bliss rally on the point. It's all over for Team CC. No shot you can contest into this. Braun's got the ball and he's beating you down with it.
Damn, that was a good ass game.
Oh my
Shit,
God!
Team
what
CC
a
played
comeback
great.
from Sugarfree on that map.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get at least one map, just because
they're
they're
a tremendous impact on the series so far. But
playing in front of
maybe
the
if a reverse
home
sweep
town.
scenario presents itself, you know, maybe on the 5th map he could make
Some
SG
Hunter
throw
would
up
be
the
crazy,
vibes a
man.
little
Yeah,
bit,
we'll see
but we
that.
got long ways to go before we get there.
Okay, and Bliss, I mean, he showed that he kind of wanted to lean towards the Lucio in that
Ooh.
last map. Now with Brig off the table, both teams locking in a Lucio Kiri, and it's just another Winston run back from SSG. I mean, I can't blame them for not wanting to change anything. It's working. Why shift it up now?
I feel like this is going to be the composition as well that kind of decides this tournament, Jake. Early on in tournaments, we usually get an answer to what the meta is, but then we see some mid-tournament adaptations, especially from the Korean
I would kind of
teams
hate
as they
getting subbed in
jostle
like this
with
because
each other.
these dudes are all
But they're
warmed
gonna
up
go
like,
kind of a Winston.
and you're just coming in like in the middle of this shit. You know what I mean?
Mauga team's gonna Mauga, but at least we're getting some Winston gameplay here, Jake.
Yeah, a couple players dropping super low right off the rip for CC. Spawn hold looking really nice for SSG. Damage onto the high ground, followed up with a quick right click from Kellen. And the spawn camp. This is a spot where things could get a little bit scary.
These dudes just
here.
played like
Team CC needs
2
to break this
series, they're
position, but
super
it's
warmed
not
up,
easy. I mean,
like
it's actually quite
in the
a strong
zone, and
place
you're
to
just
hold
coming
for
in
defenders.
cold. It's gotta be
Seeker has
tough.
that overwatch position, and Insane struggling to get in on the flank. Gonna be marked by that Lucio.
This is such an annoying fight.
Oh.
Gaga goes down as well here.
Okay, Seeker off the
Takes
map.
it out. Fair
Pineapple
enough.
with 1. Okay, this should be a spawn camp broken here. Spacestation Gaming backing off for the moment, looking to potentially stay alive and reset.
Still though,
But
Jake,
they're still
I
in
mean,
the Sugarfree.
Yeah, bro, looking nice.
Is a safe play here.
yeah, I still have to say though that
He need to
first
get that hair
minute
out
is
his
just
fucking
gone
face,
because
yeah.
essentially what is just like a free fight. Like if you're Spacestation Gaming, like you didn't really lose anything. You'll get back with speed. It's not like CC can capitalize with any kind of positioning here. Yes, you have some garage roof control here.
I saw him playing Tracer on another game the other day, and
in this
he
map.
looked good on it. So
Hao-Yo-Chan, very
Nice
quick
move,
beat
actually.
though. I wonder if SSG see this coming. Bliss only 50% to his own. Immediate beat coming out from CC. They need to get aggressive. They need to capitalize on this. Kellen's extremely low. Forced out of the fight.
he's got
CJ
44
is down.
HP.
And I think this was unexpected. Spacestation Gaming didn't see this coming, but if they die on cart now, I think there's a very good chance they get
Sugarfree.
back.
Staggering,
Sugarfree,
actually.
He should die in the spawn here, 1v2 against the Lucio. Surely even Sugarfree can't do this.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a stagger actually.
Oh,
Pulse
man,
bomb
beat
committed
that
as well.
pulse.
This is a... I mean, SSG are going to get back because of the space created, but I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good there for SSG.
Nice,
Now,
yes.
5 versus 4 situation for CC. They could very much just drop the Kitsune Rush on the point and cap this point out.
I mean, Spacestation Gaming are continuing to fight this,
I don't
dropping a
know.
rush of their own. Bliss goes down again, though. not going to be able to get that beat online.
Yeah,
Kellen
hey, Insane came in. He's going insane,
so
right?
CC are going to clean up point 1.
Yo, Insane? Living up to
Insane
the
is
name.
insane.
Okay, pushing the momentum. There you go.
All right, here's the
Wants to get involved in front of the crowd.
Bro must have been back there
Feeling,
shooting
some of the
fucking
energy
bots
up.
in the
Oh, yeah.
That's what Team
practice
CC
range for
needs.
a couple
You
hours
find a little
now.
inch in this series, start to get some of that momentum, start to pop up and make plays. A pulse bomb connection, just what the doctor ordered.
Let's get aggressive here. Gaga close to a Primal Rage. Make some space for Pineapple here. Make it hard for SSG to come out. Sugar free. Takes the low
If
ground
they were,
here,
you
so
know, they should have
SSG
put him in
develop
last game.
all
I thought
safe and
Kaneki did
fine.
bad, but
And now they can
if
build
he's like,
on
you
this
know, their
positioning
designated
here.
tracer
Gaga is
player, they should have
contesting
put
as
him
a
last
Primal.
game.
Should be able to stay alive. Just both teams trading positioning here, Jake.
Seeker taking it wide with Yossi. If he wants to pop it now, is going to rip it, looking for connections. Primal forced onto him. Oh, the shot onto Insane.
Shit.
Tracer wiped off the face of the earth. Winston sent packing. And SSG make the hold with only the overclock.
Well, he's got a
Gaga
fucking
low as
Primal and
well.
Winston coming at him.
Careful, gotta fall back.
That's a lost Primal there for Gaga as well.
That was
And
a
now
clutch
only
shot.
Pineapple with an ultimate. This is SSG now. Very comfortable. They have a Primal as well. They can invest. Maintain that space. Keep Kellan alive. Bliss as well with the sound barrier. SSG looking good here. And CC, they have to find something going for them to get out of these close choke points.
Walking out high ground, so difficult. Gaga takes a bit of attention. Here's Pineapple, looking to get active, slides over the high ground.
Okay.
Onto Lucio with
Oh,
a beat
he
counter
almost forced the
from
Ajax.
Bliss. Spacestation Gaming stabilizing, and that was also a beat committed by CC. Now the slide force here. Pineapple out of cooldowns. Kellen on the chase down, not this Sojourn, dead to rights here. Beautiful Primal from Kellen, gets the cleanup. CJ takes down Insane. DPS down for Team CC, and they're sent packing. Option for a spawn camp here for SSG. If they want it, looks like they're gonna get active, gonna push deeper into the spawn.
Big vibes, perhaps? No, Kellan jumps back. They don't want none of that. They have the positioning. They feel really comfortable. Sugar Free has the
Both
full
sides
time
got
in hand.
Kitsune Rush.
Can't trade Kitsune Rushes here. This high ground, so good for SSG. So difficult for CC. They have to kind of rotate here to the left-hand side, find an opening. Gaga is going to work his way under here to contest that positioning. And meanwhile,
It's hard to
Fights
deploy
here
the rush
to the left.
on offense.
Yeah.
You have it for far away, but using it is not easy.
Here's
Rush
the
comes
rush.
out for CJ on defense. Insane,
he's
trying to
crazy
battle
on
out on this
defense.
high ground. The rest of Team CC falling back, trying to kite away from that ultimate. Trade good for the moment, but if Tracer goes down, nope, is gonna stay alive, is gonna
Oh,
make
man,
it
he
back
stayed-
far away,
stayed
rips the
alive
rush, and
super
now
well.
it's Space Station's turn to kite. It's gonna open up some card push for the offense. CC now pressuring into the flank on the Lucio. Insane looking for that pulse bomb connection. Ever elusive in this composition.
so you finally got some space here if you CC, but SSG, they have a pulse bomb in hand. So you're coming up on that OC. Those ultimates should be what SSG can engage with.
Kellen as well, 70 to the next.
They're gonna
Primal.
have to beat when he
They're playing it
overclocks.
slow on Spacestation Gaming, playing in the position. Dive
He's gonna
comes
pop
in
that
first,
shit right when he
force
gets
on
the
barrier.
play.
Counter dive moves, high ground dive.
Oh, yeah.
Soldier's holding it down, taking the duel.
There it is.
Very low HP, needs some care, but Sugar Free takes down Pineapple in the chaos. Beat is over for the Lucio, cut to pieces, and here's Seeker with the overclock. Just finishing off the attackers. 1 minute left on the clock.
Yeah, when
Team
these guys
CC,
get
that
overclocked,
was
you
their
know
best
they're getting
shot.
kills. It's
That was their ultimate bank.
fucking
Now
crazy.
Spacestation Gaming in full control, coming into 4 major ultimates.
They don't miss their rails with that shit. It's crazy.
SSG are grooving, Jake. They're feeling comfortable. You got 3 ultimates coming up here. CJ close to a Kitsune Rush as well. They should have all the ultimates they need to halt CC's push here on the second point, Jake.
That's
Susie used.
just oppressive here.
I love that it's
from
dive
this
mirror.
defense. Lucio
Oh my.
cut down on the
Ooh,
rotate.
man.
Gaga, are you even gonna primal this? Pineapple has found one, but Gaga down in the chaos, couldn't pump the primal. Tracer stalling card, but yeah, no way you're getting out of this. Faraway finds one. Sugar Free though on the chase, has the blink advantage. Looking for the cleanup. Tracer as well on the cards. No, she'd be able to get out
They
to her
got
team
Bliss,
for the
but he's
moment.
gonna
So
be back
Insane
quick,
Should
so.
be able to make the touch happen. Pineapple dodges the pulse bomb. And now
Last
another
12
opportunity
seconds.
for Team CC as they come in on the offense, but they're gonna have to weather the storm. Bliss has the counter beat here, so Pineapple, as
Can they
scary as the
touch?
overclock can be, this can easily be turned around on him.
Gaga has the Primal Rage here. Or they got the touch. Can make space here for Pineapple, but Pineapple needs to pop off.
And they got
3
beat
ults
too.
rip
It's
from
gonna be hard to do
CC.
anything.
They're deploying everything here. CJ pops the rush. 1-for-1
That's
trade,
Secret.
4 and
Insane's
4.
down there.
Crowd is feeling overtime. Oh my god, that was too
Oh,
close
shit.
for comfort.
They
Still
almost
high
won.
HP on the Space Station players, but Bliss cut down
Should be
with the
good.
rail shot, followed up by Gaga. battling on the cart. More players dropping. Kellen trying to fall back, trying to stay alive. HP lead for Gaga. He's chasing this one down. He's got him dead to rights. He's just gonna fall back to the cart, let that spawner escape. But here's Sugar Free battling out of the cart. 1 second on this recall, getting the full blink reset. He's gonna stay alive. Potential retake here on the cards for SSG. Seeker fights far away, and Kellen is back, full HP in the fight, close to that next primal. And this is Spacestation Gaming making the hold.
Dude, that's crazy.
And keep buying time for the spawners to get back. Callan survived. Oh, that's gonna hurt if you're CC. You could have gotten that Winston.
I thought they were gonna get that shit.
Sugar Free on that point, but they get back again, contest the card.
They're insane in overtime. Like in the last map,
like they should have ended up with the second point cap there, Jake, but instead they get held to 69 meters. And 1 point here on Route 66. SG in a great position to close this series out and advance in the lower bracket.
Yeah, SSG are just so masterful on this comp. Like, even when they're dropping players, they're so clean in the clutch. Even when the resources are a bit low, they know how to spread
they're insane in overtime.
Like, Kelly knows, like, look, I don't have the HP to come back into this fight. The only thing I can do is live and survive, bait Gaga away from the cart, and it's, guess what? It's Sugar Free finding the opportunity. You come back to clear Tracer of the cart, and now Seeker finds one as well. And so you're just being hit from all sides. This is a classic place to hold on Route 66 right there at the bottom of the staircase on second point. Team CC, I feel like you need a very strong opening defense, maybe a spawn camp to really slow Spacestation Gaming down. You got to gum up the works here. If they get rolling on this map, this series could be over.
Yeah, they gotta.
Yeah, I mean, this is
they gotta hold them on this
1 minute
first
of
point.
the timer here in spawn, and that's a beautiful first kind of contest because then you leave 3 minutes, of course, for the rest of the point. And
Team CC did good on the first point here. They rolled.
Kind of arguably messed up that first point defense. Could have had 3 touches perhaps, but Sugar Free died in spawn. If CC can replicate that, there is a chance. We've seen first point holds on this map before. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. No way, bro.
That is no way. TP Widow and Sugar Free are insane. Spawn camp is over. Spacestation Gaming are not interested. Seeker out of the Sojourn, looking for more without Lucio.
That's
They're playing
rough
confidently into the front line. Team CC have to fall back, have to regroup at full strength. So much pressure on the defense right now. The North American squad, they want to send Team CC home. Luckily for them, it's not a long flight.
Oh my.
Lucio can get back quick though.
Okay, Callan jumps up.
He's about to go down again.
Oh, he goes down again.
Big rail from Seeker got followed up, and Kellen is healthy and happy on the high ground, sitting pretty. This defense has crumbled. First
I think it's over for him. SSG's looking too damn good.
Finished off by Sugar Free.
He won so fast it might even get a third touch here, actually.
I think they're gonna. I mean, Jesus.
Might as well try, right?
Might as well. Come on.
TTC on the retake. Good luck coming out, man. This is so scary. You have no map position. No one's able to start this fight. You got to walk through the chokes, but look at this Kellen counter dive. Bubbles off the back line. Gotta find Seeker, though.
Oh shit, they get 2.
Okay, this is the retake you needed. Things falling apart very quickly for SSG. The dive came in first despite them having no map position.
Great jump by Gaga on the rooftops there.
Holy
Finds
shit.
a pick and makes space for the rest of his team. And oh my god, that looked like it was going to be over.
They needed that if they wanted any kind of chance.
They got a minute and 30 seconds off the timer here on the defense.
Oh man.
Give them a chance to hold. Goodness sake.
There's no mercy in their hearts. Spacestation Gaming, they want to book their ticket to stay alive in this tournament. They cannot afford to take another loss here. And there's Kellen following up on
Sniper
some damage
monkey.
onto Faraway, and that's the rush down. You're not going to be able to deploy it. Insane follows shortly behind. Tracer off the field. 4:30 on the clock in SSG with only 69
far to go
meters
either.
to push. It feels like a foregone
Kellen's
conclusion.
taking space.
They're snowballing over the defense. So isolated. He could primal this. They could pull the trigger. Kellen, for now, discipline.
So patient.
The better path.
Disciplined. Iron will from Kellen here. Can hold close.
Tracer recalling.
They have so many ults, Jake. They have so many ults.
Oh, and Seeker cuts down Lucio again. Sojourn on the high ground, forcing everyone out. CC have to fall back and hard regroup, but the card is rolling. Tracer is in. Insane needs to escape, but there's no way out. Sugar Free's on the case.
This is going to be a desperation contest from CC, waiting for Insane to spawn here, but you might have to like double support ult out of here, and if you're SSG, you could just stall that out. You could just chill.
It's not gonna be easy to get through that fucking
So many
choke,
fights from CC, and the pressure is bearing down on them. Spacestation with full position. Kellen primaling in the choke, disrupting this fight before it even begins. Seeker finds Pineapple. The beat gets nothing from CC. Gaga needs to come up huge with the primal
Yeah,
sequence.
it's over.
Another. Only Gaga and Insane stand in the way of Spacestation Gaming, who are cruising towards another capture. Winston is down. Tracer finds the bolt, but cannot touch. Team CC are going home. Spacestation
looked good, man.
3-0 victory. Booking their ticket to continue on for a lower bracket run. And the hometown crowd means nothing. Sugar-free.
Team CC, they started to come alive on that last map and a little bit on this one. But.